Hello, I'm Alan Dowsett, also known as Helmethead here on YouTube, and today I've got you the new Moto Morini Calibro Bagger. And do you know what? It has a 693cc engine and it's priced at $6,699 plus on the road. But it's here for a deep dive review, so let's jump into it. Well, first things first, let's have a closer look. Well, doesn't it look, well, badass, doesn't it? It looks like a proper, nice, badass bagger. I even like the point they've put lots of little bits of detail, like even on the fuel cap with the Moto Morini logo, and little bits like that just add to that feeling of, well, quality. Well, let's now move on, well, to what you get for your money, the spec list. Let's have a deep dive of that. Well, let's start right at the front. You've got Davidson tyres with a single disc with J1 calipers. This is a 693cc engine. It produces 69 horsepower and gives you a grand torque setting of 68. You've got a single-sided exhaust. It's not on both sides, just one, but we need to have a little cheeky listen. Now, the bags that come with this, your panniers, these will hold 19 litres and they've got flux leather lining inside, meaning that you can get probably around a weekend's worth of gear in there to go on one of your trips. But do you know what? I love the point that it's got the leather interior, because it means if you've got cameras or anything breakable that could get scratched, they're well protected. It's a nice premium feature. That brings us on, well, to the all-important seat height. Now, this seat height is 725 millimeters. Now, I've got between medium to longish legs, I'd say. I'm only 5'8", but the bend, as you can see, is massive on this. So if you're a shorter rider, this is definitely the one for you. But if you're taller, do you know what? There's a reasonable amount of reach, these midway pegs as well. So yeah, 725 millimeter, nice and low. Now the controls just here, these are very flush, these are very nice. They remind me of a brand I can't mention that begins with a H. But the thing that's important is that you have this 4-inch round TFT display. Lovely size, to be honest. 4 inches, all you actually need. It's what I keep telling everybody, just 4 inches is all you actually need. All the lights are LED, so at night you're not going to struggle to see whatsoever, but I like this sort of daylight running light here. This ring kind of adds to that mean effect on the front. But yeah, LED all the way around indicators, the entire lot. Now the windshield, they've actually called it the Batwing windshield, not from Batman at all in any way because of copyright, but the Batwing windshield. And you can see it's so big, the wind should come off and clear your hands as well. So if it was getting a bit chilly, you're not getting all that wind blast. I like that. Now the last couple of things, the engine itself is a parallel twin engine, so it should give us plenty of fruitful fun out on the road. Also, it's belt driven for easy maintenance, and it does have 6 gears. Okay, so with the initial looks done, the initial spec, what's really important for me is what it's really like out on the road. So, well, shall we? Okay, straight bit of road, 0 to 60, 69 brake horsepower, 68 newton meters of torque. Let's find out how good it is. Let's go. Oh, that's punchy. Oh, that's punchy. And that's 60. That's 60. Oh, this is a punchy machine. I'm impressed. It's got some bit of boom, bit of bing to it. Okay, so I think it's important, after that little acceleration test, and I'm sure if I had a few more goes, it would be even quicker, but listen to the engine, right? Just take the engine. I'm going to crack my screen open a little bit on my voice, but listen to this engine just a second. Ready? Listen to that noise. And all that acceleration. Now this bike, it has that kind of deep noise. That deep noise, not that high-pitched tinny noise, but that deep noise that gives me a sporty feel to it. And I can't believe, look, drop down again. It's got so much in that rev range, it's insane. It just keeps going. Oh my gosh, and going. I have to back off because I'm catching up with a car. That's third gear, and that engine sound. Oh, I'm gonna drop back. Let's listen. If that is not addictive, I don't know what is. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, you've got to have a bagger with the right sound. Oh, listen to that engine. Now here's the interesting thing, right? Obviously a modern day bike like this, they have to do things with the exhaust, with the cats and the rest of it and sound. Imagine a pair of aftermarket pipes on this. Imagine what kind of roar that engine's gonna give. I mean, hello, hello, hello. This is gonna be good. Oh yes. Oh yes. Now, let's do ergonomics. Let's do what's important about a bagger. Comfort, right? It's got to be important. So I want to talk about positioning. So the seat itself, for a start, feels quite firm but with a lot of sponge, and it has a sculptured seat at the back to stop you from, well, sliding out backwards under that unbelievable pressure. So comfort wise, the seat, it's firm but spongy. That's a good thing. And then my knees here are slightly raised. Now I've got reasonably long legs. I'm only 5'8" though, but I've got reasonably long legs, and my feet are slightly raised. The pegs, I would say, are definitely midway pegs, not forward long stretch out pegs, but midway pegs. I would say that while riding, my back is pretty much upright with a very little bend in the arm. So comfort level wise, it's there, but you're definitely upright on this bike. You could slope over a little bit, use that sporty feel if you wanted to, but natural riding position is definitely very upright on this bike. Moving on, the suspension, poodling it through our British roads and on these bumpy roads here. Do you know what? It gives a very nice ride, this suspension. It's got the right amount of sort of softness and firmness, enough that I can feel the road, but enough for it to glide at the same time. And that, again, I think it's quite a bonus for this bike. It's got a nice, good suspension. You're not literally having shocks of pain shooting through your spine every bump that you hit. And you can see literally now, I'm on a pretty bumpy road itself. So I want to have a quick look now over at the controls, right? So the controls look very well. They look like a brand, don't they, that we all know and love. They're very firm. Now let's have a listen to the horn. Ready? Oh, horny horn. That's got a nice deep sound to it as well. Control side of things, what we've got here, if you want to switch your lights on, that's over on the left, at the top on the left hand side of the left. You pop that on just there, that puts onto main beam or back onto normal running lights. But here you can do your bit of a flasher if you wanted to as well. What I quite like, indicators is on your left hand side, right indicators is on your right hand side. Very like another brand that we know that begins with a H, not that we're talking about that, but indicator here, you can just pop it on. It's not auto cancelling, so you just have to press it once to be able to cancel it as well. Moving over to the right hand side, you've got your kill switch and your engine start. Pretty much simple but nice, and everything that you need. On the actual TFT 4-inch display in front of me, now the sun is behind me and it is glaring down. Now for me, I can see that nice and clearly. What we've got is a lovely rev counter across the top, and I love the point it's keeping this classic style. I love a round TFT screen on a modern bike, because it reminds me of the modern analog style, but it's not, it's TFT. We have a rev counter around the top. We also have our miles per hour in this old-fashioned kind of style just here. We then have a clock in the middle just to make sure that you get home in time and not be out for too long on your bike. Think of the excuses already. Think of the excuses. You've got your gear indicator as well. I like that on a bike, just in case you go, oh, I'm in 5th and I've still got 6 to go. You've got your fuel level, you've got what your lights are doing, you've got your engine temperature, and you've got your trip. Also though, if you press your mode switch on here, you can also see how many total miles this bike's done. 68 miles, baby, 68. And under that, very smallly, are all the other symbols that when you stop, you can go through your modes, like connect your phone, listen to your music, change your settings, change your displays. There's plenty of fun to be had with that TFT screen. But what's surrounding the TFT screen? Well, it's this massive windshield, this massive kind of, look at it, this very, I'm not going to say the word, looking sort of windshield. What I like about it is it's so big, it's giving my hands, look how it stretches out, it's giving my hands the wind protection I want. I feel the wind coming up and hitting me directly into the helmet, giving me that breeze on a really hot day, but not very much here around the chest. well, again, will take away that long riding fatigue. I would say you could take this bike out on a massive, long week adventure, but just right now for a weekend blast, just got to play with that engine again. Fruity! I also like, from where I'm just sat, the detail, like the logo of the Moto Morini here, the Morini just there as well. It's got a very nice, pleasant place to sit. But of course, what we want to know, well, is about the twisters, right? Because what I've noticed with these pegs being slightly higher up, we've got a decent amount of clearance. That's right, a bagger with a decent amount of clearance. That should mean, well, when you find the twisters, you should be able to have some fun. So I think we should. Well, here we go then. A nice little twisty coming up just here. Let's dip it down. I mean, it feels fruity. It definitely feels really fruity and fun. Let's dip it in. Oh, look at that, and let's power out. Oh, it's really got that pull to get you out the bend. Into another one just here, nice and light, in, out, pop it to the right. Oh my days! Oh my days! This is cheeky this time. Look, another little S-bend coming up. This is, for a bagger, this is really playful. Like, you are gonna smile, like, and giggle, and it will bring out your naughty side. Look at it. Oh yes! Oh, you are fun! Whoa, look at that! That has got so much power between the rev range. That's third gear, and it's just pull, 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 go, 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 go. Oh wow. Oh wow indeed. Okay, so initial thoughts after jumping off of it after its first ride. Well, that engine has that low down kind of noise to it. It's got that grunt, but it's also got that sporty feel to it. When you go through the rev range, you have so much, it's actually really playful. There's no click, click, click through the gears as such. The comfort side of things, for me, my legs are slightly raised, more than I'd like them to be, but also it feels super comfortable. I like the way the seat has the support in it. You're not sliding back and forth, you're just nice and planted in that seat. Now, this seat here, the actual sponge side of things in this seat feel really, really good. As you can see, with the way that it's raised just there, it generally does support you really, really, really well. Now, that 68 Newton meters of torque comes in really, really, really fun in those twisters. Those tyres feel sticky enough to me to be able to go even further than I did today, with confidence as well. Stopping power, brakes feel pretty good. The bike itself feels super light to me. And that's because, well, this bike weighs 200 kilograms, but as you can see here, it's really low down weight. So it feels a lot lighter than 200 kilograms when you're actually out on the road. Not just that, that fuel tank will hold 15 litres. So that kind of gives me that confidence to be able to go a decent chunk of miles in between fuel stops if I was going on a long adventure. But I do have, well, one more question, because it rides beautifully. I like that point, but I also want to know, do I look as badass as I think this bike looks out on the road? What's its road presence like? Well, shall we see exactly how cool this bike looks out on the road? where do I start with this? The Moto Morini Calibro Bagger. I mean, it is just, well, it's fruitful, it's fun, right? It's fruitful, it's fun. Where would I put it? Well, this is the really interesting thing. I've come to the conclusion, after riding this now for a good few miles and having a deep think about it, I'd take Harley Davidson, I would take a Honda Rebel, and I'd put this bang in the middle. It's that fun, sweet spot. It's got that sort of deep down roar, but it's got that playful kind of top end feel to it as well. This, for me, at this price point, well, it's kind of a no-brainer. What I'd love to do, and I've said it for a little while, I'd love to have a bagger in the garage. I'd love to take something like this on a big road trip, because I reckon when you get somewhere, say like the Alps or the Pyrenees, you go somewhere mountainy, twisty, this is going to be smile per mile of riding. I really think it is. And if you're into the bagger style, it kind of ticks a lot of boxes, right? Now, there's even some other bits I've noticed as I've been reviewing this bike. There's a nice little USB charger here. What's perfect just to run a cable straight up to your bars to be able to run, well, your phone, your navigation. Now, here's what I'd recommend. To get yourself a test ride on one of these, pop over to motogb.co.uk and find your local dealer, because you can literally book your test ride, turn up and find out exactly what I'm saying about this bike, because I think you're going to enjoy it. I think you're going to have an absolute blast on it, and that's the way to do it. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. But I want to know down in the comments, what do you think to this awesome bagger? And what do you reckon it looks like mostly? And what would you like to see me review on this channel next? I'm dead keen to find out, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.